Hey you guys, so this is going to be another video where I point you to online lectures, textbooks, and other resources for those looking to get ahead, learn something new, or be saved because they have a bad teacher. If you're just looking for the material that you need, check the link in the description down below. Now I've already done this for math classes and I'm going to do one for physics, but this video will just be on a few engineering classes. Now every engineering discipline takes a lot of courses that are unique to them, so I can't exactly do a video on how to take all your engineering classes because there are quite a few majors out there I would have to do research on. But there is some overlap with a good amount of these majors, and some of those overlapping classes include statics, dynamics, circuits, intro to computer science and programming, and along those lines, an introduction to MATLAB course. And just like last time, I compiled lectures, textbooks, and practice problems for these and put it all in one place so you can easily learn what you need. I'll go through the site in a minute, but first a little background on these. Statics and dynamics are two of the most well-known engineering classes because almost everyone takes them. The majority of these majors can expect to take at least statics, but most take dynamics as well. Yes, I might be missing a few majors and it'll probably differ depending on the school you go to, but this should give you an idea of who's required to take these two classes. Statics comes first, which is basically a physics class on systems that are not moving. The sum of the forces and some of the torques in this class are zero because nothing is moving or rotating. However, whereas in basic physics, a statics problem might be like finding the balance point of a pretty simple system, real statics takes those problems to a whole new difficulty. Then dynamics is just where motion comes in. It's those same complicated problems, except now things are moving and rotating. Now these are not classes you can just jump into. You need a little background in calculus and a first year physics class before taking statics, then dynamics has to come after that. But these are really good classes to get a head start in because they come as a challenge for lots of engineers. If we go to the page I made, you see them listed here. I listed their prereqs and what majors actually take the classes. Calc 3 or multivariable calculus plus your basic high school physics is what these classes usually require. For dynamics, some schools need differential equations beforehand, such as the MIT lectures I listed, but others won't, so I put an asterisk by that. Then I provided lectures and textbooks that include practice problems, so you have hopefully everything you would need. You can just click the lectures and it takes you to the playlist where you can follow along in order from the beginning. This guy actually has some really amazing lectures for statics, so I highly recommend them. Then if we look back at dynamics, I offered 2 lectures so you have some options. One is from MIT if you like more of a classroom setting, and the other is from that same professor who taught statics. However, at the time of making this video, he's in the middle of the dynamics series, so it's not quite complete yet. Moving on, circuits is of course crucial for electrical engineers and computer engineers and is one of their first real major classes, but plenty of other majors have to take it as well as a support class. If we go to the page, I also listed 2 sets of lectures for it. One is Khan Academy, which is my first choice, and the other is a video of an actual classroom lecture series. Now these go beyond the circuits you learn in a basic physics course. As an electrical engineer myself, I took 3 circuit analysis courses, and that started my first year in college. These lectures I provided cover about 2 of them. If you've taken high school physics and have seen basic circuits, the first few lectures will be a review for you, but it will soon move on to the new stuff. For prereqs, you do need Calc 1 and probably should have just basic knowledge of circuits, but it doesn't seem required. The lectures do start at the beginning, but they start up fairly quickly, so having a background in resistors and Ohm's law is recommended, but feel free to try either way. Then programming was the hardest class to pinpoint for this video. I even had to reach out in the Major Prep Facebook group and ask people what their experience was like when they started programming. Reason is because everyone seems to start somewhere different. There are several main programming languages out there and there's no telling what you'll learn first. My first programming class involved learning C, but plenty of people learn Java, C++, Python, and so on. So here's what I did on the page. I put one big programming section, but broke it down by programming language and provided resources for each so you can pick what you want to start with. For each language, I actually put lectures from the YouTube channel The New Boston. They have really good lectures where they start from the beginning and walk you through everything you need to know. But if you enjoy a classroom setting, I provided one for an MIT lecture which teaches Python. That class is Intro to Computer Science and Programming, which is meant for people with little to no programming experience. Then if you want practice exercises, there's honestly an abundant amount you can find through a simple Google search. I found one site that has way more exercises than you would do in one class and provided that on the page for you guys, but of course don't limit yourself to what I put. Now if you're in something like electrical engineering or mechatronics and want to work on robotics or programming hardware, C or C++ is a great place to start because those are the languages needed for that. Then Python is often considered the easiest programming language to learn. However, lots of people argue that it's not the best place to start out and they enjoyed learning Java or C++ first. Honestly, just start somewhere. You can begin coding totally for free. The things you need to download won't cost you anything. Then once you learn a language, it becomes way easier to learn another. This is also something I highly recommend getting a head start on. A lot of engineers can be scared by the first programming courses, so learning the basics can at least give you some confidence. And lastly, there's also MATLAB. This is a software tool that allows you to program very advanced models and systems because it has a lot of functions built into it. With it, you can do signal analysis, plot satellite orbits, and plenty more. Majors like mechanical, aerospace, or biomedical engineering use this a lot. However, plenty of other disciplines will have to, they just might not take an entire class dedicated to it. So if you major in mechanical or aerospace engineering, you may not take a course on Python programming. You may just jump straight into MATLAB, where you learn to program, but specifically for the purpose of making projects with that software. Now, if you're looking to get ahead with learning MATLAB, I provided some lectures that should help with that, plus what I found to be a great workbook that takes you through examples that are applicable for engineers. However, if you want to practice, it does cost money to download the program, which I'm sure lots of people don't want to do. If that's the case, a great place to start is honestly learn some programming language so you can get comfortable reading and writing code. Then when you do learn MATLAB, it'll be easier because you have that foundation. No matter what engineering major you are, or even if it's applied math, physics, chem, etc., anyone can benefit from some Python or C tutorials. It'll very likely help you somewhere down the road. And those are the main classes I wanted to talk about. I may add more in the future, but because of the overlap, I really just wanted to get these out to you guys. Links to what you need can be found below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on social media, and I'll see you all in the next video.